goes over anything. Look, it's uprooted that bit of wood. Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everyone's been doing well during this lockdown. It's still going. How long's it been now? I really don't know. But I thought I'd make this little vlog because, yeah, just to show you what I've been up to kind of during the lockdown. And it's been quite a lot, actually. I've been doing quite a lot of different things to what I usually do, and the usual stuff that I do, because the main core of my business really is online. So, you know, I don't have to actually physically go anywhere. I can just do everything from a laptop. But that being said, the logistics side of it, which is mostly in China, you know, there has been some challenges to get over with that, you know, making sure stuff still can ship. A lot of the couriers are prioritising, you know, medical equipment and stuff like that, and rightly so. You know, the shipment of non-essential goods is going to take a little bit longer. So if you're ordering stuff from the store, you know, you might be looking at like an extra week or 10 days, something like that. But our guys in China are constantly trying to find the best courier, because they've cancelled loads of flights for like freight and stuff like that. So, but they're on it. They're trying to find, you know, the quickest way to get stuff to you guys. So it's still happening. You can still order. You'll get a message on the website saying there's delays because of COVID-19 and all of that. But yeah, we're still shipping stuff. So, you know, if you want to place an order and you want to get an e-bike project done or something for, you know, like whilst you're locked down, you want something to do, then yeah, do it. It'll probably come before this whole nightmare is over. So as you've probably seen recently, I've been putting out a lot of stuff to do with the music. I've finally managed to get more tracks out there, stuff that I've been producing, and I'm kind of making a bit of a commitment now to actually do one track, at least one track a week, like I'm trying to do with the videos. So sometimes I'll put out 1 or 2 videos. The aim is to put one video out a week and try and do a track a week as well. And it's been a bit easier now because, you know, we haven't been out enjoying ourselves in other ways. We've had to be staying in. So I've kind of, you know, locked myself in here in the studio and done lots of stuff in here. I'm going to do a studio tour late in another video probably to show you, you know, how I've kind of got my workflow sorted in here for those that you're interested in that. But otherwise, if you just enjoy the music, go check it out on, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer. There's all the platforms. There's like about 100 or something. And I'm using DistroKid to distribute them. So basically, yeah, I'll put links up, as you've seen, you know, me do already. I'll put links up to where you can listen to the music. But if you check all the normal music platforms, you'll find me. Just search Andy Kirby. I don't think there's another one at the moment. And you'll find, yeah, all the music. So I've been working on this one today. So kind of my routine is first thing in the morning, bash a load of emails, bash a load of stuff, you know, process orders, that sort of stuff, make sure everything's kind of going as it should be out in China, because that's the time of the morning that's actually, you know, they're online, because they normally sort of sign off the end of their days around lunchtime for us, although they do tend to work a lot longer than we do, longer hours. So I kind of do that in the morning, and then, you know, have a bit of lunch. Maybe we'll take the dogs out for a walk, do a little bit of exercise then, or go out on the e-bike, and if I feel like filming it, I'll do that. And then later on in the afternoon, when things are sort of a little bit more quiet, I will venture into here. Sometimes I'll need to edit a video, so that's like the creative time, you know, it's normally like after lunch. And, you know, today you can see it's a little bit earlier, it's like 12:15. This is Bank Holiday Monday anyway, so, you know, normally there's not a lot kind of going on in the business world. But I've been working on this anyway. This is my sort of new track that I'm doing. It's probably going to be the next one that's going to be released. Turn it up a little bit. This is amazing, this mixer. I've just recently got this. It's a QSC Touch Mix. Amazing bit of kit. It's basically a digital mixer, but everything's done by this touch screen. You can pretty much route anything to anything, which is what I really like about it, because it's basically like a live mixer. And then you've got these aux outputs on the back. So I've got some going off to other equipment to run through the side chain and stuff on there. Basically, you know, in here you can just go into here and you've got EQ per channel, which is fantastic for, like, you know, if you're just using, you know, outboard gear, which I'm using at the moment, just to basically just play stuff. And that's how this track, and actually the last couple of tracks, have kind of originated from. I started out just playing around on the gear, and then, you know, ended up recording it as audio. So that's where I'm up to on this one at the moment. I've basically got all of these different parts have been recorded from the outboard gear. But it just means this project is now portable. I can literally just take this away to another laptop, and I can, you know, sit outside in the garden and just arrange this. So I've got the main loop going, I've got vocals in there and everything else. But yeah, have a listen. But what I need to do with this one is I need to arrange it, which is the bit that I actually hate about music production the most. I like the jamming and I like the music, you know, making tunes and coming up with ideas, but the arranging bit just is laborious. It's a bit like, it's not really a bit like editing video, because I actually quite enjoy editing video because you're kind of creating something as you're going along. But yeah, turning loops like this into full tracks just gets a bit annoying, because you've got to, you know, cut and paste a lot, and then, you know, kind of listen to the flow of it and work out where the breakdowns and the drops and stuff go. But it's an essential bit, because nobody just wants to listen to, like, you know, just a loop going round. It's a lot colder today, which is good for in here, because it gets really, really flipping hot when the sun comes out. But when it's cold like this, I don't really want to go out on the bike, because it just kills my hands. My hands get so cold. Anyway, I just popped in for some lunch, got a cup of tea, put it nice next to that keyboard so I'll knock it over in a minute. Right, it's getting hot in here. I've pretty much finished it. I can't believe it. I've really cracked on this afternoon with this. Have a little listen to the drop. Pitched it down now, the vocals. Whoa! Anyway, you get the gist. Right, it's the next day now. Back on the emails. So this is the sort of email that I get sent on a daily basis. And it's not a problem, it's just really interesting to see, like, how, I don't know, people have been given the wrong information from China. Like, this whole sort of e-bike thing is quite a kind of a relatively new thing, and, you know, there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of information that's wrong. You know, I've seen a lot of these, like, enduro frames where they're selling them with either like 1500 watts or 2000 watt motors on, so you're looking like you're going to get a bike that's, you know, got a load of performance, but actually it's literally like a 1500 watt kit on a really heavy bike, so that ain't going to perform well at all. Right, bash the emails. I was getting to a point where they were like literally coming in as I was answering. So I was asking like one inquiry, like e-bike kit inquiry, and then another one was coming in at the same time. It's just mad. It's good though, it's good. The hens are doing all right anyway. So another thing I keep getting asked about is the solar setup. As it's getting sunnier, more people want to do solar, which is cool. So one of the other things I've been thinking about doing is some kits, some like DIY solar kits, because in the UK, I think it's 4 kilowatts, the maximum size kit that you can actually DIY yourself. So I'm actually kind of working with a supplier at the moment. Before this coronavirus stuff started to happen, I was working that through. To basically have a kit where you got panels, inverters, all the bits and pieces in between that you need to fit it, and some instructions probably on how to actually fit it. So then you can do like a small setup like mine. If you watch the other videos, you'll know I've got like a 700 or 800 watt peak setup. So I mean, it chucks in about 4 kilowatt hours into the house per day when it's sunny. So it's enough to cover, I don't know, like just general stuff, probably like the Twizy daily charging and yeah, just other bits and pieces. Anyway, last time I did a video like this, like a vlog with loads of stuff in, I had people say, oh, just too much stuff in one video. Well, yeah, that's my life, I'm afraid. It's pretty crazy. There's loads of stuff happening and it's all self-inflicted, so I've got myself to blame, you know, that I'm busy and I'm doing loads of different stuff. Whilst I'm trying to vlog, I'm also trying to sort out a MIDI problem in here as well. I don't know, so many things. Right, the other thing I've been messing around with is the little quad bike, which you might remember from the earlier videos. So this, I've got a 72 volt battery in here now. This was the 2.5 kilowatt one that I had in the trailer. So that's, I've put that in. I've just, basically this was got a little bit waterlogged. A cover wasn't quite right, had a hole in it and some water's gone in. So I've just had to go around and make sure, surprisingly enough, all the main electronics like the controller and stuff have been absolutely fine. It's just some of the little connectors under here which managed to get some water in. You can see this, that was my little bodge job to fix it, because there was something with, anyway. Now we're not actually seeing that this was getting a bit waterlogged. I took this off. This is a Trail Tech display, which is really nice. It gives you your speedo and everything else. Lights up blue, which is pretty nice. And so that's on there. This little battery gauge is completely shot, so I need to replace that, and I have got a new one here. So this little quad is actually pretty small for me, but I actually really enjoy it because it's like a, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It's got so much power. This this is like a 1500 watt motor, but actually it runs about 3 kilowatts at the moment as usual, my normal stuff, and it don't even get warm. And this drive, I could do with the chain tension in here to sort of, sometimes the chain comes off, but it's not really too much of a problem. But the amount of torque is mental. It literally goes over anything. You can ride it through woods, goes over like trees and all sorts. So it's a lot of fun around here because you can just, you know, whip it up the lanes and all that sort of stuff. Also as well, because it isn't like a petrol engine, it doesn't make any sound, so you can get away with it. And it's small enough to almost look a little bit like a toy as well. So you can kind of, you know, scoot under the radar with it, which is what you want. You just want to be able to go wherever you want. That's the main thing. So obviously this doesn't get ridden on the road. There's no way of making this road legal, I don't think. But no, it's a lot of fun. I've got a new one of these. I haven't even opened this yet. These little gauges are actually quite good, apart from the fact that that one's covered in, you know, got water damage. These gauges are pretty good because they're like a no-nonsense sort of display. They look pretty decent as well. It's like gradient coloured LEDs, go from red, yellow, green. And they've got these terminals on the back which you can select different voltages, so like 12 to 24, 36 or 72. You know, it just gives you an idea just at a glance, and I needed something to go in there. This one had like a time, a running time indicator, which was pretty useless. I never used that, so I just went for one that's just got like a, you know, normal display. I've actually seen these in a lot of the EV conversions, like when we went to Soho Farmhouse. They've got a lot of kind of converted EVs and stuff like that, old vintage vehicles. They usually use something like this in those. This little thing originally ran on lead acid batteries. It had like 4 12-volt SLA batteries in there, and it wasn't bad for 48 volts, but now we're on 72. I actually want to put a phase runner controller on here as well at some point to try and see if I can use flux weakening to get it to go even faster, because it does about 20 mile an hour, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on 4 wheels, and there's 4 small wheels as well, it is actually quite, yeah, it does feel like you're going pretty quick. It's the torque though, really. Well, I've done the little battery meter. Working nicely. It's got the edge. Once it picks up that thing, it really goes, but it is a 125 and this is only a, well, I don't really know what it is. It's only running about 2.5 kilowatts, I think, this thing. I just went charging through here over the top of this. It literally goes over anything. Look, it's uprooted that bit of wood. This is mental. You need 2 hands, so I should have got the old, should have brought the mount. Right, it's a lot later now. Fun little rip earlier. I thought I'd shade the lights on this thing, which I did quite a long time ago actually, but I've checked this out. So you can see the battery indicator, which is super bright. So this as well, which has got like a nice backlit display. This is flashing because I've got a warning set that's wrong, probably. So that needs to be sorted out. It shows the voltage of the DC to DC converter as well, and the temperature of the motor and the air temperature as well, which not much difference between the two. And then I've got, well, these are just the normal standard lights that come in. They're not very bright, but they do kick out a little bit of light. But this is the one that I use, which just gives you quite a lot of throw. It's just basically like one of the bike ones, and that runs off, that's not 12 volts. Yeah, no, it is actually, it's 12 volts. It's running off the DC to DC. So there you go, ready to rip around in the dark as well. So I can actually get this on charge as well, charge it from the trailer. That's the socket satiator in there. So I've got the charge cable. Should be able to just plug that in there. You'll see how discharged it is. It's not actually, it's only 75 volts,